One of the most significant awards given out in the NFL is the Comeback Player of the Year. It recognises an individual who has overcome personal issues or injury to bounce back the following season and play well. It's surprising the AFL doesn't have an equivalent award to present at the end of the year in our competition. There are hundreds of great comeback stories throughout the history of the AFL. Here are some individual stories of the best returns in the last 10 years. It's easy to forget that Charlie Curnow in some ways has come out of nowhere. He was picked 12 in 2015, but was still raw, and it was unclear what type of player he would become. 6 games in his first year was followed up by 21 in 2017. 2018 would be his mini breakout campaign, kicking 34 goals in 20 games. It's a solid start to a career, but it wasn't mind-blowing or historic. He dipped the following season, kicking 18 goals in 11 games, boosted by a bag of 7 against the Western Bulldogs. It was after that game that his career would look dicey. He hurt his right knee, missing the rest of the year and then re-injuring his patella in 2020. Between 2019 and 2021, he played 15 games. It was the same player that Dermot Brereton said could be the best player in the game by 2020. While he was out, it wasn't clear if Curnow would ever come back or what he would look like if he did. He played the last 4 games of 2021, managing 2 goals.
It is my absolute pleasure to award the 2022 Coleman Medal to Charlie Curnow from the Carlton Football Club.
Congratulations, back-to-back Coleman medals. Watching that highlight package there, even I was up and about, and I'm an ex-Tigers player. How does it make you feel looking at yourself kicking goals once again?
With a full pre-season in 2022, Curnow became what we now know him as today. Remarkably, he hasn't lost any athletic ability and only looks more powerful and dominant in the air. 64 goals in 22 games in 2022 beat out Coleman teammate Harry Mackay, and within that year it was clear Curnow was now the number 1 forward. He kicked 17 more last season, and at 27 years old, to start next year, he's in the heart of his prime. The last 2 years have been unreal, especially from the position he was in only a few years ago. In 2015, Jared Ruffhead had his first encounter with cancer. Melanoma was located on his lip, but it was simply removed, and he played all the way through finals, having an outstanding campaign. The three-peat was complete. However, at just 29 years old, during a regular checkup, 4 spots of melanoma were detected on his lung. It was a shocking recurrence that was a major story that season.
Emotional about it all, but now, as we've had the biopsy, seen the doctors and understand what needs to happen, it's just like, righto, let's get going, because the sooner that we start, the sooner that it's beaten and it's all over. So we know that next week is when we start, and from then on it's just head down and bum up, really.
It showed great courage fronting up to the media and outlining to everyone what his next step was. Ruffhead was incredibly upbeat and assured the football world he would be back. He went through the necessary treatment, and at the end of 2016 was finally clear of the cancer. Now it was time to get back on the field. Normally, a player would ease back in and worry about themselves, but with Luke Hodge stepping down as captain, Ruffhead was named replacement, not even 8 months since his diagnosis. He played the practice games and completed the pre-season for 2017, lining up in the round 1 team against Essendon.
His first game since the grand final of 2015. Ruffy's back with a goal. Listen to this.
Although Hawthorn overall had a down year, Ruffhead performed very well, averaging 18 disposals and nearly 2 goals per game, with his possession rate the second highest he would have in his entire career. He also kicked a match-winning goal against the Swans in round 10, being a big highlight in his career. A better year developed in 2018 as the Hawks finished top 4, and although they went out in straight sets, Ruffhead kicked 5 goals in the 2 games, finishing with another solid tally of 34 goals. He had one last season in him, and it was becoming clearer in 2019 that it would be his last. So Alistair Clarkson gave him one last send-off game in round 22 against the Suns.
He's done it so many times through 282 games. Didn't make it any easier, but boy, it's sweet. And Rufford sets his sights on Rufford. Yes! One club, one absolute legend.
Coming back to play was impressive enough, but it was filling the leadership role in 2017 and 2018 that is phenomenal. It shows the mental fortitude of Roughhead and his selflessness. There is no luck involved to have the 283 game career he had. This comeback is nowhere near as serious as Roughhead's. In many ways, it's the most comedic of them all. Patrick Dangerfield did his best to live up to his drama-filled label in round 17 of 2017 against Hawthorn. With 6 minutes left in the first quarter, he collided with Roughhead and injured his leg. Kind of. By his reaction, it looked like Dangerfield had a serious knee or leg injury as he dramatically called for the trainers. But with some form of magic healing or a few needles, Dangerfield was miraculously back and was situated as an old school full forward for the Cats. He still looked pretty sharp coming off the mark and leaping in the air, but still made sure to give a slight limp throughout the day. This was the result.
One Luke Hodge. Duncan in towards full forward, and guess who?
How good's this one? That's what
Unbelievable. On one leg. Dangerfield will go back now and try and kick the Cats 50. Plays on straight away. Gets the goal. Selwood was screaming for it short. He goes longer. End towards half forward. Guess who? Danger takes the mark. 35 out, directly in front. Had a chance for his third just before half time. Couldn't get it. Can he get it now? Yes, he can. His palming work. In towards the danger zone once again.
Yes, big free kick there.
In comes Dangerfield to break the deadlock again. And he has. He's got number 5.
He has never been a sure thing from the set shot, and his 5-goal, 6-behind match could have been even bigger. The Hawks had a last chance shot to win the game, but it was Dangerfield and Geelong's day as they survived to win by 3 points. And it's no surprise the one-legged Dangerfield also received the 3 votes on Brownlow night. Drama-filled at its best, and it's fair to say he was happy with his performance.
Possibly a leg injury.
I was very happy with myself that game.